One of the great scenes in college basketball. Ames, Iowa. Iowa State hosting the Kansas Jayhawks in a Big 12 showdown. They've won 22 consecutive games in the Hilton Coliseum, and the opening tap goes out of bounds, so it will be ball out, and it'll be the Jayhawks with the first possession. I'm Brent Musburger with Fran Fraschilla, and Fran, we take a look at Rutherford taking the ball out here for the Jayhawks.
One thing you expect Bill Self to do early is go into Jeff Withey.
Young is out high, waits for McLemore, pulls the trigger, missed his first shot. Lucius, and Withey forces him to toss it back on the outside. The Cyclones, who live with the three, missed their first one from Chris Babb. Turn it back over now. Cyclones coming back down. Edgem.
This tonight for Kansas is going to be all about guarding the pick and roll.
Just underway. Iowa State, having won 22 consecutive at home, hosting Kansas, and you just saw the game's first field goal as it is put up by Kevin Young, the veteran wingman here for the Jayhawks, and that quiets the crowd for the time being. But if you have not seen a game in this building, it has become, as Fred Hoiberg has coached the Cyclones back to relevance, one of the best settings in all of college basketball. They live by the three. Will Clyburn, the transfer from Utah. I'm Brent Musburger with Fran Fraschilla. Holly Rowe is alongside, and this is going to be some showdown here tonight.
Absolutely. Fran. Contrasting styles. A lot of threes from Cyclones.
That's a foul against the Jayhawks. There are our starting lineups. The four seniors for the Jayhawks and the very talented redshirt freshman Ben McLemore, Lucius Babb, Clyburn, Niang. They will start alongside Edgem for the Cyclones.
One of the keys, Brent, for the Cyclones is going to be try to get Jeff Withey away from the basket.
So you can see our score is 3-2. Is that field goal did not count because of the foul outside. Young again misses this time. Lucius, the transfer from Michigan State, comes to the attack.
Well, they're playing off of Young, giving him that shot so they can help inside on Withey.
And Self gets teed up by Mark Whitehead very early. Called a foul on Elijah Johnson, and Self is livid. I have never seen Bill Self draw a technical this early in a game, Fran. And he's still going at him.
Bill Self is very measured usually. You just wonder if this is just sending a message to the officials, but this is a veteran crew.
Now, Whitehead, who called the tee, is with Tom O'Neill and Bert Smith. So Lucius misses on the first one. Now watch the top of your screen and see what kind of contact. There's the whistle, and Self all over Whitehead at the technical. And Lucius comes back and hits the second one.
Well, you just wonder if Bill Self knows how hostile this place will be tonight. And either he's trying to get his team going or just trying to send a message to the officials that he's here to fight for his team.
Babb has to pick it up. Edgem is number 3. Tap in is good. And the very athletic Melvin Edgem from Toronto followed it up and slammed it home.
And you saw Niang took Withey away from the basket. That's what they're going to try to do tonight to Kansas.
Withey wants to back down, and there's a pushing foul down on the inside on Niang. George Niang, their 6'7" freshman, who Withey has become, Fran, in my opinion, one of the best players in the country. I honestly believe he's the most valuable player in the Big 12. Now, I didn't say he was the best. I just said I think he's the most valuable. And then underneath, Young working away again, and that's 2 field goals for him, all 4 of their points.
Well, Niang is a very effective post player because he can stretch you with the three.
On the drive is Lucius.
This is why they call it a spread offense, Brent, because 5 guys out there for the Cyclones can shoot the three. They're going to force Withy and Young away from the basket tonight.
Fred Hoiberg, an Ames, Iowa legend, has come home. His nickname, the Mayor. And what a remarkable turnaround. This is his 3rd year. Went to the NCAAs last year, and they're headed there again. Johnson muscles, has to give it. Young, very active, won't stay down, knocked away from Withy, and there is Young, extremely active. Johnson's 3-ball is good.
That's important. Elijah Johnson has come out of his shooting funk last 3 games.
And Lucius comes right back down. Anytime, any place in the shot clock count for the Cyclones with the 3. And Withy, and that's where they'd love to keep him tonight, is out there shooting long shots like that, Fran.
Well, that's exactly right. Here's another 3, Brent.
Knocked back down by Niang. George Niang. Iowa State on fire.
Every 3 months, 250,000 new families enter into foreclosure, and 1 in every 200 homes will be foreclosed on. These people are scared and embarrassed at their situation because they don't know what to do or where they can turn. If you're currently behind on your mortgage, you don't have to be one of these statistics. You can save your home starting today, but you need to call now. If you've been threatened with foreclosure, denied for a loan modification, missed a payment on your mortgage, been a victim of a predatory loan, you're upside down on your mortgage, or you lost your job and you're worried about losing your home, call the National Relief Hotline now. With one simple phone call, you can stop the foreclosure process, lower your monthly mortgage payments, and save your home. The National Relief Hotline works with licensed attorneys in your area. Call now. The call is free with no obligation. You've worked hard to afford your home and build your life with your family. Let us work to help keep your home and way of life by picking up the phone and dialing the number on your screen. Call now before it's too late.
Imagine a clean blast of air that never freezes up, offers a continuous stream of air for up to 15 minutes, and has hundreds of practical everyday uses, and is safe for the environment. Hi, I'm John Scher, and I was so impressed, I bought the company. Introducing the O2 Hurricane Canless Air System. Sure, you'll use it for computers, cameras, and electronics, but with my Canless Air System, you have a renewable source that provides a continuous blast of air for up to 15 minutes at a time. Think of the hundreds of household, garage, and car uses.
Just our service call is $75 to roll the truck to the house. So it's going to save them tons of money.
An amazing value. Get it for its hundreds of uses. It's 100% portable, and it's rechargeable just like your cell phone. And finally, call the toll-free number on your screen right now to try it in your home free for 10 days. You just pay a small shipping and handling, and if you're not completely satisfied, I'll even refund that. You have nothing to lose. Try the O2 Hurricane.
You're watching ESPN's Bracket Builder Week.
Hilton Magic, they call it here at Ames, and Bill Self all over his team for the lack of defense on the threes. They stressed it in the shoot-around today, Fran.
Well, that's what makes Iowa State so difficult to guard, Brent, and it can be a matchup problem for Kansas with Withy inside.
Now Relaford responds, so he knocks down a 3. Now Iowa State against the Jayhawks defense, they've hit 3 of 4 from three-point range.
Well, this is all about getting Jeff Withy away from the basket if they can. There's another opportunity.
Not this time. And Johnson with the defensive rebound. He's got Relaford on the move. Right baseline, and a foul is going to go against Iowa State. Looks like that foul was against Lucius. We'll take a break and be right back.
My bad.
Tell me you have good insurance.
Yep, I've got.
Allstate.
Really? I was afraid you'd have some cut rate policy. Nope, I've got.
The Allstate Value Plan. It's their most affordable car insurance, and you still get an Allstate agent.
I too have
Allstate.
same agent and everything.
It's like we're connected.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
Ask an Allstate agent about the Value Plan. Are you in good hands?
Hulu Plus has changed the way we watch TV shows. we're able to watch the shows we love on our schedule.
I can watch it where I want, and I can watch what I want.
With Hulu Plus, watch over 1,000 TV shows on any device you want, anytime on your TV and your computer, plus your tablet, plus your smartphone, plus your gaming console. Go to huluplus.com to start your 1-week free trial today. You're just 2 clicks away from over 1,000 TV shows. Try it free at huluplus.com.
Sun damage, age spots, dark marks. They all add up to a less than perfect complexion. But your skin could look so much better. Introducing the new Dark Spot Corrector from Proactive that's designed to help fade discoloration, brighten skin tone, and erase dark marks and sunspots to give you beautiful, even-toned skin.
It makes my skin look flawless. You can't even tell there was ever a blemish or a dark spot there.
Order Proactive today for only $19.95, and the amazing Dark Spot Corrector is yours free. Plus, for a limited time, your shipping is free.
Within the first week of using it, I could tell a difference on just the evenness of my skin tone and getting rid of those dark spots.
Get the Dark Spot Corrector and these great free extras, an $82 value for only $19.95.
People have asked me, you have really nice skin, what have you done? Proactive, that's always the answer.
And when you order today, your shipping is free. Call 1-800-917-6508 because having clear, flawless skin just got easier with Proactive.
Monday presented by Bud Light. It's part of Bracket Builder Week, and we think we've got a great setting and a great game for you here tonight with the Kansas Jayhawks visiting Iowa State. Fran, it was interesting. Jeff Withey's only field goal attempt of this game was on the outside, and you were talking to coaches and everything. They'd love to keep Withey outside if they can.
Absolutely. He's averaging 17 and 9 in the last 4 wins for Kansas, but conversely, for Iowa State, it's about getting him away from the basket. And let's show you what we mean by spread pick and roll, Brent, and why Iowa State is so dangerous. They put 4 shooters on the floor, really 5 with Niang. But when Niang screens, he's going to roll to the rim, and you'll see the Baylor defender has to soften up and absorb the cutter, and that opens up the 3 for Melvin Edgem. Now, early in this game, watch Niang outside on the perimeter. He's got Withey away from the basket, drives by, and here comes the tip in from the weak side. So far, the strategy working well for Fred Hoiberg.
I would come back with Relaford on the free throw line. Remember, he was attacking the baseline. He was fouled on the shot. So he has one more free throw. As we check in on one-on-one, you can see how tough defensively the Jayhawks have been this season. And the Cyclones, as we told you, live by that 3, and Relaford leaves 2 points on the table that time.
Now, this Cyclone team is making more than 10 threes a game in conference play.
Niang, a great pump fake, and back for the corner comes still another 3. Defensive rebound is Young. Now Elijah Johnson attacks, drives in for a fine layup, and it's a 2-point game. And now Fred Hoiberg questioning something with Whitehead.
Well, that's really important for Elijah Johnson to get going. We've chronicled his shooting slump for much of this year, but in the last few games that Kansas has played very, very well, Elijah Johnson has risen up, much like he did last year as a junior in helping Kansas get to the Final Four.
Relaford got a hand on it. Saved over there by Babb. No foul called this time. Babb now, he steps out. Chris Babb, 6'5" senior from Arlington, Texas. So that inside-outside game, attack and then pass it back. This time Lucius fires up a bit of an air ball, and Johnson's got it, and now the Jayhawks are looking for a tie or the lead. Johnson going to attack again on the dribble. Tap back, Young's got it, his 3rd field goal of the game, deadlocked at 14.
All started because Elijah Johnson's been very aggressive early in this game, a good sign for Kansas.
The runner, they stuck back again by Melvin Edgem. That's the 2nd time he's got to the rim.
And the reason he's getting there, Brent, is Withey is away from the rim, guarding Niang at 19 feet away.
Just what you said, if they can keep him on the outside. And that's Hoiberg's strategy. Something obviously you learn from all those quality coaches in the NBA. Relaford in and out, battle rebound, goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Jayhawk basketball.
There you see Withey is out at the 3-point line. Niang does a nice job of getting it on the rim. And there's Edgem, the leading rebounder in the Big 12 at only 6'6".
So Self is going to go a little small here to counter that. He's going to take Withey out in the early going to see if he can put some more chasers on the floor. McLemore comes out with him right now. So Traylor has checked into the game, and Tharp will work in that backcourt alongside Elijah.
Little zone now by Iowa State, 2-3.
Rutherford couldn't feed it into the post. Stepping out is Traylor, and now here's Tharp. Good ball movement. Rutherford on the attack. Tap back is good.
Now, if there's an Achilles heel for the Cyclones, they have not defended well in Big 12 play. They like to outscore teams.
Tharp is on Lucius. And an offensive rebound. Putback is no good. Traylor muscling for the rebound is knocked away from him. And out of bounds, it will be Cyclone ball.
Brent, think of Iowa State's offense as the spread offense in football. One of the reasons Jeff Withey is having trouble, he's like a linebacker trying to guard a wide receiver, and that's why Bill Self has gone small.
And of course, it's to Iowa State's advantage to keep Withey over there on the bench. Last week's co-Big 12 Player of the Week for the second time this season. And he was a force in that overtime win for Kansas earlier this season in Lawrence against Iowa State. Attacking and back up to the free throw line.
You see in Iowa State not necessarily rely on the three, but the threat of the three has really opened up their driving game.
So Chris Babb comes to the free throw line. The Jayhawks must win tonight to stay deadlocked with Kansas State. Kansas State, after being in a tough game with Texas Tech for one half, exploded in the second half. And now their record goes to 12-3. Oklahoma State, Iowa State, Oklahoma all seem to be locks as far as the NCAA tournament is concerned. But Baylor has still got some work to do. Tharp will bring it up and operate at the point.
They're still not guarding Kevin Young at the high post, even with Withey out of the game.
Traylor steps out, and now McLemore is back on the floor. Tharp pulls the trigger. They let him shoot. They were not that concerned, and Tyrus McGee, perhaps the best six-man in the conference, on transition, missed the shot.
Now, I think this is a situation where Ben McLemore has already passed up a couple of scoring opportunities. They need him to be their alpha dog.
Instead, it's Johnson who's the alpha dog, along with Young here tonight. Johnson puts him into the lead, 18-17, leading the way with 7 points. Loose ball. And reaching back was Paulo. Bouba Paulo picked up the personal foul. Now Withey will come back. There are 4 Jayhawk fouls here and 3 against Iowa State in the first half.
I don't want to say that early technical foul was premeditated, but it sort of almost calmed this crowd down. And it certainly calmed this Kansas team down. They've played very good basketball and taken the crowd out of it.
Elijah Johnson off to a big-time start.
See how Niang is basically double teaming inside.
Dab is staying with him. And that was a fine three-pointer by Tharp. So Tharp, too, contributing, and that backcourt has been the difference here as far as the Jayhawks are concerned.
They're going to go check the clock, Brent. It froze for a few seconds.
So this veteran officiating crew is over on the far side taking a look at it.
Well, Kevin Young has given Bill Self a really good first few minutes, and they're not playing him on the perimeter, but consequently he's able to get to the rim. It's some easy baskets around the rim.
Now it'll lock up at 12-12. still think he would have got it off in time. You agree with that?
Yes.
I think,
yeah.
You know, we'll see. I'm sure they're over checking. When you've got magic in your court, it's always good to control the clock. That's
well,
never
yeah,
hurts.
I was just thinking we got a chance to see the great couple opening minutes where this crowd was electric, but Bill Self's team has quieted the crowd.
Now they got the stopwatch out across the way, and they will see how far they brought it down. So once they take the 10 seconds off, that field goal is still good. So it becomes a media timeout now. And we'll take a break with the Jayhawks leading it by 4.
How does your small business get people in the door? Email marketing from Constant Contact reaches people in a place they're checking every day, their inbox. And it gives you the tools to create custom emails that drive business. It's just one of the ways Constant Contact can help you grow your small business. Sign up for your free trial today at ConstantContact.com/try.
Dave owed back taxes. After being hit with a wage garnishment and a bank levy, Dave struggled with his finances. He thought all was lost. Then he found out about U.S. Tax Shield.
If you have been threatened with a wage garnishment, bank levy, or tax lien and are scared of what the future holds,
1-800-296-8561.
Sandra and Victor owed an enormous amount of money to the IRS. More money than they thought they could ever afford. U.S. Tax Shield was able to reduce their tax debt so that they were able to maintain their lifestyle.
call U.S. Tax Shield right now to find out if you are eligible for a government program that can save you money.
1-800-296-8561.
Paul has been an independent business owner for over 12 years. With U.S. Tax Shield, he got the help he needed with his tax resolution plan to keep his business going.
U.S. Tax Shield has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and a price protection guarantee.
Get the peace of mind you deserve. Get protected. Get the Shield. U.S. Tax Shield.
Owe $15,000 or more to the IRS or state? Call U.S. Tax Shield.
1-800-296-8561.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
We welcome you back to Ames, Iowa. Ben McLemore, who lit Iowa State up with 33 over in Lawrence. And Holly Rowe, he is 0 of 1 here tonight.
Well, this has been a little bit of a trend that's been developing for the freshmen on the road in Big 12 games. At home, Ben McLemore is averaging 21 points a game, but on the road in conference games, just 12 points a game. His shooting numbers are also very down. His three-point shooting, 60% at home, just 22% on the road. I talked to him today at the shoot-around about it. He said, I feel like when I'm on the road, I go too fast. Everything's happening fast. I've got to slow down, take my time tonight. But, guys, he's also got to be a little bit more aggressive. Just one shot so far.
Yeah, McLemore and Withey have not scored in this game, but Relaford and along with Young and also Elijah Johnson have led the scoring.
Well, it's interesting. On the road in first halves in the Big 12, Kansas only scores 28 points and shoots 36%, so they need McLemore to get going.
Now here's McGee. He's a fine scorer after that timeout. Came off a curl for his first field goal, and it's 21-19.
Yeah, he's their second leading scorer, Brent. He's very comfortable coming off the bench. You mentioned it, one of the best shooters in this conference.
Tharp gets the ball to Withey against a smaller man, kicks it back outside, and Johnson misfiring. Great position on that rebound for Niang, the 6'7" freshman.
Well, let's see now if Iowa State can spread. No, they're going to keep shooting those threes.
And why not?
Yep.
Anthony Booker, the 6'9" senior from St. Louis, puts the Cyclones back ahead.
And once again, he put Withey in jail. Not sure whether to guard him or back off and play the rim.
Withey being fronted in underneath. Johnson, not this time, and Traylor knew that the ball was going back out of bounds. Great hustle that time by the freshman out of bounds as the ball was going.
Well, watch this now, Brent. Watch Withey's just playing back, not thinking that Booker's going to shoot it. A rhythm three. And another opportunity for Iowa State to use that three-point line to space the floor.
Lucius gets over. He just checked back in for Hoiberg. Knocked the ball out of bounds and away from Tharp.
Now, it's hard to believe, Brent, but Kansas has only led in the first half of Big 12 games 3 times in 7 games.
Clyburn back in off the Iowa State bench also. McLemore. Tough shot under pressure, not that time. Hoisted up an air ball.
Anthony Booker so far doing a really good job of shadowing Withey without fouling. And they usually play zone underneath.
19 seconds on the shot clock here. Withey on a catch, and he traveled. Traveling on the inbounds pass. So on the turnover, it will go to the Cyclones. They lead it by a point.
You see how they spread the floor. 4 around 1.
Niang on a pick and roll. Comes inside on Young. And he's going to be on the free throw line.
Great example of a screen and a slip to the rim. And I love this young guy, Brent. George Niang. Watch the hands here. This pass is not on target by Lucius, but Niang comes up with a nice catch. He played high school basketball with Nerlens Noel at Tilton School. And he told me today, I learned how to get my shot off against a guy that's one of the premier shot blockers in college basketball this year until he got hurt.
He's at Kentucky, of course, and lost for the season with the knee injury when he ran into the basket support. Young, by the way, has picked up 2 fouls now. And so Niang here on the free throw line. You watch that pick and roll, Fran, in practice today for Iowa State. And no surprise, Hoiberg having spent year after year in the NBA. That is a staple of the Cyclones' attack. If they're not shooting threes, they're going to set up, they're going to isolate, and they're going to run pick and rolls.
Oh, that's right. You got to pick your poison when you guard them because they can get into the lane.
Ellis has checked in. Tharp. Loose ball picked up by Ellis. Ellis couldn't score. Loose. Booker's got it. Here come the Cyclones. They withstood that assault. 24-21. Rebounding an issue. The Cyclones have to hustle to get rebounds. McGee with a good pump fake almost drew Rutherford to a foul. 3 ball from Booker. Tracked down by Ellis.
I think that time Booker had to shoot a contested shot. He would have been better off faking and reversing that ball.
Stepping out now is McLemore. He's being hounded. Now it's Clyburn's turn on him. Withey on the free throw line. And the one thing Jeff Withey could do is shoot good free throws. And that's what keeps him on the floor, especially late in close basketball games. He becomes a huge factor.
Take a look, and now Withey gets deep position right here. Booker's done a good job to this point. Booker did a good job there. That time Jeff Withey initiated the contact. I thought Booker was solid defensively. You made that point, Brent. His first 2 years, Jeff Withey shot 54% from the foul line, and I think you mentioned how much Danny Manning worked with him during that junior year. He was up around 80 last year, still hovering around 70.
Danny, of course, no longer on the Kansas staff. He's now the head coach at Tulsa. He led the Jayhawks to a 1988 national championship. They beat the Sooners of Oklahoma in Kansas City. So he makes both free throws. We got a 1-point game.
But never won in Hilton Coliseum. How about that?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Johnny Orr had some great teams.
McGee's 3. What a shooter. Dead-eye McGee.
As good as there is in this conference and probably a coast to coast. Young man from Stringtown, Oklahoma. 400 people live in Stringtown.
Where is Stringtown?
It's south of Tulsa. It's the home of Reba McEntire.
All right. I knew you'd know that.
Yep.
Good left-handed hook shot there, Fran. Some good tunes out of Reba.
Yep.
You can sit and listen to her and drink a cold beer.
Remember UL Washington of the Kansas City Royals? Also his hometown.
Here comes Clyburn now, the transfer from Utah. Kick back outside. Short that time, and here come the Jayhawks. Looking for a tie or a lead. McLemore on the move. Fade. Left baseline. Can't get it to fall. Relaford, good hustle rebound. Feed Withy again. Backing in. Spinning. And he's back on that free throw line. So when we talk about six-men, Fran, the one thing that you want from somebody like McGee is instant offense, and he gives it to him.
Absolutely. Take a look at that stroke. Bottom of the net.
We've got a timeout at 7:53.
My boyfriend and I were going on vacation, so I used my Citi Thank You card to pick up some accessories. A new belt, some nylons, and what girl wouldn't need new shoes? And with all the points I've been earning, I was able to get us a flight to our favorite climbing spot, even on a holiday weekend. Things are definitely looking up.
With no blackout dates, you can use your Citi Thank You points to travel whenever you want. Visit Citi.com/thankyoucards to apply.
Endless pools are an incredible alternative to traditional pools, making it easy and inexpensive to swim at home. Call our toll-free number or visit our website. A free idea kit and DVD will be sent to your home so you can discover all the benefits of owning your own pool. Compared to traditional pools, Endless pools are simple to install, easy to maintain, and economical to run. Our precision-engineered pools enable you to swim or exercise against a smooth current that adjusts to any speed and ability. Endless pools are perfect for year-round health and fitness, relaxation, and family fun. Our free idea kit and DVD will show you how easy it is for the whole family to enjoy a pool right in your backyard or home. An Endless pool or an Endless pool swim spa can become a showplace for your home. Call our toll-free number or visit the website to find out more about Endless pools. The free idea kit will show you just how easy it is to be able to swim at home.
You're watching Big Monday, presented by Bud Light and the Big 12 Conference. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in our action. Now, our score is 32 all. With 5:39 remaining here on that last field goal. It did not take Hoiberg long to get the timeout called after that.
These two teams combined for a lot of points in that first meeting that Kansas won in overtime.
17 fouls on both Kansas and Iowa State. On the drive, Clyburn, yes. Puts the Hawkeye, I should say, the Cyclones are back up.
Well, you see what happens, Brent, when you stretch the defense and play the three-point line. Iowa State comfortable taking it right to the rim. Clyburn, the Utah transfer.
Want to go over the top now to Withy, and he couldn't hang on. 5 Kansas turnovers.
Well, Brent, the execution was poor, but Bill Self put Travis Relaford in the high post, and they're not going to have to they're not going to be able, Iowa State, to back off Relaford.
Booker on that high pick and roll. Lucius keeps it outside. Babb now feeds Booker. Withy's on him. Backing him down. Comes around the right way. Pretty good post move. Booker got inside for the offensive rebound. Slacked away, and a foul. Is that McLemore who got him underneath? He was there.
Well, Anthony Booker has given Fred Hoiberg a good effort, especially on the offensive glass. Looked like Nadir got him there, and I think, who was it, McLemore? Tharp?
They gave Tharp the foul on it. They apparently had called for the foul a little bit earlier than that, when he slapped it out. Two great matchups for Bracket Builder Week on Tuesday. Indiana will take on Minnesota. Minnesota needs another quality win. Started out red hot. Then Florida and Tennessee. And Frank, you were telling me the Gators have a chance to be one of the #1 seeds now, perhaps down south.
They are as efficient on both offense and defense as most any team in the country. Put Indiana at the top of that list.
Listen to the crowd, ladies and gentlemen.
Withy's got more room inside now.
Over Booker's head, and they give it right back. This crowd would have exploded if they'd have hit that layup.
I think Clyburn felt that Booker should have been looking. Freddie Hoiberg said, easy, easy.
Yeah, you don't want to point that out to a teammate out on the floor. You might want to talk about it when you're looking at film privately. You want to try to show up your teammate on the other end. It was a dangerous pass at best.
Well, Kansas has matched down and gone small, and so they've got some firepower.
Ball. Tharp comes away with it. Withy steps back out, and here's Johnson now. Rutherford with the high screen. Back in low. Withy muscles on Booker. Fine field goal for Jeff Withy. 9 points here tonight. 3 of 5 from the field. Lucius gets help from Booker. Now we give it back to him, and Booker's going to try the three. No. Kansas basketball looking for a tie or a lead.
Well, Booker's getting a little bit three happy right now.
Tharp loses control. Withy picks it up. Withy gives it back now to Tharp. They play catch. The three ball's good. And the Jayhawks lead at 37-36 on Tharp's three ball.
Ever since Kansas has gone small, Withy has had more room inside, but it's now opened up the perimeter.
And a big move by Self is putting Tharp on the point and Johnson at the shooting guard. Back outside. Not this time Booker, though. Had it come right to his hands after the miss by McGee. Lucius fouled by Tharp. We'll take a break at the 2:40 mark. Over the limit, remember. Jayhawks up by 1. But the Cyclones will have a chance to do something about it when you come back.
Have you ever thought about what would happen to your family if you passed away unexpectedly? Experts estimate 7 in 10 American households with children under the age of 18 would have trouble meeting everyday living expenses if the primary wage earner suddenly passed away. Life insurance is your best bet at protecting your family's financial future if something happened to you. Yet studies show there are 58 million U.S. households that realize they are underinsured and keep putting it off. Sound like you? Well, now is the best time to stop procrastinating and start shopping for term life insurance. Protecting your family can still be affordable, even in today's economy. Less than $15 per month buys a healthy 40-year-old man or woman a $250,000 term life insurance policy. At eFinancial, you can get a quote comparison from top-rated carriers based on your personal situation in just a few minutes. Simply give us a call to speak with a licensed agent today.
Call 800-743-0461. That's 800-743-0461.
All right, Reese, thank you. And Kansas shooting 46.7%. Iowa State's 41.4%. Iowa State's hit 6 of 15 from three-point range. Remember, they hit 3 of their first 4. And now they come to the free throw line, and they tie it at 37.
Take a look at Jeff Withy. He's got more room to operate now, Brent, because Bill Self has taken Kevin Young out of the lineup, gone 4 guards. And so the perimeter's a threat. Withy has more room.
And Holly, what did Coach Self have to say in the huddle?
Well, Fran, he agrees with you. He said, hey, we got to throw it to Jeff every single time. They recognize the advantage that they have size-wise right now. 3 different plays, all for Withey. We'll see if they can get it to him.
Well,
Instead, they missed from three-point range with Elijah. Withey has 9 of Kansas' last 16 points. But the whistle here is going to go against the Cyclones.
Well, those plays he drew up, Brent, are not going to work likely against the 2-3 zone because Fred Hoiberg, understanding Withey was hurting them, has gone to the zone. And he's got to milk that clock with Niang and Edgem on the bench.
They get it to Withey's hands, but not where Kansas wants in position now. And 2:14 left here in the first half. McLemore very, very quiet here so far tonight. And there, McLemore hits his first field goal of the game with 1:59 remaining in the first half, and he puts the Jayhawks up by 1.
Did a nice job of slipping into the high post off that zone. Tharp found him.
McLemore taking Clyburn, bringing some seconds off the clock. Clyburn wants a clear out, wants to go. Stay kicks it back. Babb under pressure. Bring him to the free throw line. Johnson coming in behind him. Johnson picked up the personal foul, and that will put Babb on the free throw line here with Iowa State down by a point. NBA Wednesday, doubleheader on ESPN, 8 Eastern. Warriors will take on the Knicks, 10:30 Eastern. Nuggets will face the Blazers. NBA Wednesday. It's presented by State Farm.
Well, this young man, Chris Babb, a Penn State transfer, but he knows Kansas basketball very well. His dad and his uncles, terrific players in the state of Kansas from Topeka. Dad's got a great barbecue place in Dallas.
And we had some good barbecue today, didn't we, partner, down to Hickory?
Yes, we did. Hickory Park. Little zone now. Trying to keep that ball away from Withey.
Tharp wanted to get it back to him in a pick and roll. He does late, and that could be offense, yes. That's 2 fouls on Withey. And Coach Self's going to give him a break.
It's a tough play here for Withey because Tharp gives it to him on the move, and that's not what I would do if I were playing with the 7-footer. You could say Withey could have pulled up, but Tharp needs to know the defense was set.
And that was Will Clyburn, the transfer from Utah, who's set to take that foul. Iowa State up a point. This is Clyburn offensively. Come off shot fake. Air ball. McLemore rebounds. And now the last minute, the Jayhawks can take the lead. Traylor back on the floor.
Chris Babb's done a terrific job shadowing McLemore.
Traylor steps out, not to be. One and done, and here come the Cyclones inside of a minute now. Lucius will give it back on the outside. Fred Hoiberg signaled, bring it down now to 1.
Clyburn can really handle it, and Fred Hoiberg's going to exploit the mismatch if he can with Ellis. Self-coaching Ellis, telling him to back off.
He's going to bring it down inside of 10. Now Hoiberg wants him to go. He does. Not to be. Offensive rebound, loose ball picked up. Jayhawks, they've got 9 seconds. Plenty of time. Here comes Tharp. Tharp will drive it hard and lay it in. 41-40 Kansas on a fine drive by Tharp. Let's check in now with Holly and Coach Hoiberg.
Well, Coach, it seems like you're trying to be creative in how you handle the mismatch with Jeff Withey. What did you think worked the best? Going small, zone, what helped?
Well, I think the big thing we have to do is really get compacted in there and build that wall. I thought Booker gave us good minutes in there by getting into his body. We just got to do a better job. You know, I thought George was straight up on a couple of those. We just got to do a better job. We know they're going to go inside on us.
You played a good half, but how frustrating was it for you to give a layup there as time's winding down?
Well, yeah, it's frustrating. You know, I thought Will had a little bit of a mismatch there with Ellis guard, and we tried to flatten out the floor and let him go to work. They made a good defensive play and got a run out on it.
Thanks, Coach.
Hulu Plus has changed the way we watch TV shows. We're able to watch the shows we love on our schedule.
I can watch it where I want, and I can watch what I want.
With Hulu Plus, watch over 1,000 TV shows on any device you want, anytime on your TV and your computer, plus your tablet, plus your smartphone, plus your gaming console. Go to HuluPlus.com to start your 1-week free trial today. You're just 2 clicks away from over 1,000 TV shows. Try it free at HuluPlus.com.
Sun damage, age spots, dark marks. They all add up to a less than perfect complexion, but your skin could look so much better. Introducing the new Dark Spot Corrector from Proactive that's designed to help fade discoloration, brighten skin tone, and erase dark marks and sunspots to give you beautiful, even-toned skin.
It makes my skin look flawless. You can't even tell there was ever a blemish or a dark spot there.
Order Proactive today for only $19.95, and the amazing Dark Spot Corrector is yours free. Plus, for a limited time, your shipping is free.
Within the first week of using it, I could tell a difference on just the evenness of my skin tone and getting rid of those dark spots.
Get the Dark Spot Corrector and these great free extras, an $82 value for only $19.95.
People have asked me, you have really nice skin. What have you done? Proactive, that's always the answer.
And when you order today, your shipping is free. Call 1-800-917-6508 because having clear, flawless skin just got easier with Proactive.
If you're one of the millions of Americans without dental insurance, ask yourself these 3 important questions. 1, does your company not offer dental insurance? 2, are you self-employed? 3, are you retired? If you answered yes to any of these, it's important that you call Encore Dental today. Encore Dental is real insurance, and your acceptance is guaranteed. You'll receive up to 100% coverage for preventive care and up to 50% on basic and major procedures. Encore Dental can help keep your teeth healthy, which may prevent infections that lead to heart disease and stroke. And with the high cost of procedures, it makes sense to have great coverage. Choose your level of benefits. There are no claim forms to fill out and no waiting for reimbursement. So go ahead, review it for 30 days.
Call 1-800-915-0872. Call now and save an additional 10%.
Call now and save an additional 10%.
Hi, I'm Shannon Doherty. Like everybody, I have my regrets. One of mine was not getting my college degree, but it is never too late. I logged on to Education Connection, the free service that showed me hundreds of schools and degrees so I could pick the right one. I didn't wait this long to pick the wrong one. Now I'm actually getting my degree in liberal arts online. But you could get yours in business, in culinary arts, in nursing, in criminal justice, even a degree in technology. Education Connection helped me see that going to college online gives me the most flexibility. I mean, I can study during breaks, while traveling, anywhere, anytime. You just need to get started. So forget about your shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and let Education Connection help you find the right program for free, like they did for me.
Log on now and get Education Connection's free success kit, stuffed with information about online degrees, schools, and scholarship advice. Log on now to 7classesasap.com.
It's halftime with Big Monday presented by Bud Light in the Big 12 Conference. ESPN College Basketball is available live anytime, anywhere on your computer, tablet, or smartphone at WatchESPN.com and with the Watch ESPN app. We'll get you back to action right after these messages.
Have a structured settlement or annuity from a settled lawsuit? Do you need your money now instead of waiting for payments over time from an insurance company? Find out how to turn those future payments into a lump sum of money by calling CBC Settlement Funding today. We'll walk you through the process and give you cash options over the phone. Why wait years to get your money? Get cash now to buy a house, start a business, or pay your bills. Whether you want to sell all or just a portion of your settlement, CBC Settlement Funding can help. We have years of experience helping people like you get cash from their structured settlement.
To learn more about getting your money now, call us at 1-800-578-1036 for a free, no-obligation offer. Again, that's 1-800-578-1036.
Reason number 12 why you should own a ThermoSpa's hot tub. They require no attachment to your home's plumbing, Simply fill it with a garden hose and plug it in. ThermoSpa's unique thermofiltration system is completely built in and filters the water an incredible 144 times a day, so your water stays crystal clear with very little maintenance. All you need to do is enjoy yourself every day of the year. Call to receive a free DVD and 48-page brochure and learn the most important reason. Buying direct, you can own a ThermoSpa for only a few dollars a day. Call now and we'll include free delivery, free chemicals, and a $400 cash coupon. This $1,000 offer is free.
Call 1-800-603-6674.
ThermoSpas. Luxurious hot tubs made affordable.
Before February winds down, gear up for 2 can't-miss games on NBA Wednesday. Warriors-Knicks at 8 Eastern, Nuggets-Blazers at 10:30 Wednesday on ESPN.
Announcing an important breakthrough in healthcare that can benefit everyone. If you or anyone you love needs affordable health insurance, regardless of a pre-existing medical condition, call Quick Insurance 123 today and get the immediate relief you deserve. Quick Insurance 123 was created to provide affordable health insurance to all uninsured Americans, with or without pre-existing conditions. This is not a discount card. This is a real insurance program that lets you choose from many affordable health plans, with access to doctors, hospitals, emergency services, and more. So call the number on your screen now and get the health coverage you need, just for calling. As a special bonus, we'll send you a free prescription savings card that could save you up to 85% on your prescriptions. That's right. You could save up to 85% on your prescriptions just for calling. Call Quick Insurance 123 to find out how you can get affordable health insurance and receive your free prescription savings card just for calling. Don't wait. Getting a free quote is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Call today.
Welcome back to Big Monday, presented by Bud Light. It's part of Bracket Builder Week with Fran Fraschilla. I'm Brent Musburger, and Fran, Jeff Withey has been a story at both ends of the court here so far.
Well, he has. He's a big part of Iowa State's game plan, Brent, because Fred Hoiberg has tried to take him away from the basket, and I think with pretty good results. Anthony Booker knocks down the 3. Corey Lucius comes off that ball screen, attacks Withey, gets to the rim, and then watch this one. Niang is going to catch that ball. It's not so much that he drives by Withey, but look where Melvin Ejim is, the best rebounder in the Big 12. He gets a running start to the rim and cleans up the miss. Now on the other end, Jeff Withey, 9 points, and you can bet that Bill Self is going to try to build that offense around him in the second half.
And we should point out that with 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half, Iowa State had a 7-point lead, and they let it get away from them in the closing minutes here.
No, they did. Jeff Withey played inside. Bill Self went small, and their guards did a good job of spacing, but also getting into the big guy. They'll do more of that.
Well, we'll take a look at some of the numbers here from the first half. Note the players with 2 fouls. We have 6 of them, and there was a technical called on Coach Bill Self, and Fran thought it was to stir up the team. What did you learn about that, Holly?
Well, I asked Coach Self about it at the half, and he said, I thought our team needed a little something, so I did that on purpose. He actually winked to the crowd after he got that technical foul. Guys, I also checked in with him about when Iowa State goes small, how does that affect Kansas? He said, well, it actually forces us to go small because our bigs aren't used to guarding on the perimeter that much.
Withey steps out, and this time he knocks down the field goal for Withey now. 11 points, the first double-digit score of the night for the Jayhawks, and they build a 3-point lead here.
Again, the game plan is for Iowa State to spread the floor, attack those bigs.
Lucius was the leading scorer for Iowa State. Drive, tap back, no. Loose, battle for it, play a little volleyball. It goes over to the Jayhawks.
Well, good effort by Ejim to get to the rim. He got by Kevin Young, couldn't finish it.
Ejim had 2 fine jams, but that was all in the first half. And he, too, is playing with 2 fouls. Ejim spent a lot of time on the bench, as did Niang, who opens up the second half. Great steal by Clyburn. The transfer, and the foul is on Relaford.
And they're going to get him for a intentional foul. Flagrant 1, 2 free throws in the ball. Take a look. Sloppy reversal by Johnson. Clyburn is taken off, and then you see Relaford didn't play the ball. Bert Smith, the official, right there. Now, we were talking, Brent, right before the second half started. Bill Self would love to get an 8-point lead and try to get this crowd out of the game. On the other hand, this Hilton Magic crowd, once Iowa State starts to get in a rhythm, this place will become electric.
They've won 22 consecutive games here in Ames. The third longest home court winning streak in the country right now.
Watch Lucius here.
Niang, the freshman, backs down on Withy, jumps up over and couldn't get the roll. Young rebounds. McLemore, very quiet in the first half. Withy double teamed, and it's a held ball, and it will stay with the Jayhawks.
Well, what you love about that is Fred Hoiberg didn't double Withy too often in the first half, changed up his scheme and came quickly with Edgem.
Hoiberg learned under some fine coaches in his college career and again in the NBA. McLemore forces one up and he fouled on the three. Fouled on that three shot. Was that Lucius over there? Yes, it was. That's his second.
And what you like about this play, if you're Kansas, is they ran a play to get Ben McLemore going off a screen, off an inbounds play, and he's going to get a chance to go to the foul line. Now this is a design play to get McLemore an open shot off a screen. Take a look. He's going to come. Good screen by Withy. Lucius playing zone, gets out there. You see him get some on the arm. I thought
it's a little ticky-tack, isn't it?
Yep. I tell you, you don't want to disrupt the shooter's rhythm. If you hit him, I think you got to make that call. I thought at Oklahoma State, Brent, this young man was very, very passive, especially late in the game in an overtime.
Up by 4 now. 18-18. Lucius off the dribble, and Johnson defends it. Crowd wanted the foul at the other end. Stab takes the pass and they work it back outside. Niang knocks down the three ball. What a huge three ball by George Niang, the freshman.
And once again, he put Withy in no man's land. Withy wasn't sure how far out to stretch.
Young on a drive, left hand, knocks it down. And Young has been a force here tonight. Working on double digits at 10 points, and the foul goes against the Jayhawks here.
Now, one of the reasons Kevin Young has gotten loose is because his man is not guarding him. They're double teaming Withy with him. Bill Self did a good job. Take a look at this, Brent. Look where Edgem is. So now he's Young's guy. As this man comes off, Young is really open to the rim because Edgem has been worrying about double teaming Withy.
Very big foul. That's number 3 on Young. He is off the floor right now. And the freshman, well defended, into Withy's hands. Head past Relaford, and he lost control. Iowa State down 3, 17-29, but they get the ball back on the turnover.
Well, Niang went right at Jeff Withy. He wanted a foul. So did Fred Hoiberg.
Clyburn's three ball, yes! Ties it at 48.
Danger zone for Kansas.
Bill Self wants 2 down.
Look how far off they're playing Ellis.
Relaford, the 3, yes. Jayhawks regain the lead.
You know, Travis Relaford missed his first 11 threes of the season. Since then, over 50%.
Lucius comes back. He's fouled by Johnson. That's number 3 on Johnson. Young and Johnson each have 3 fouls now. So Tharp will replace Johnson. That puts both Young and Johnson, two of their veteran players, on the bench now at the 16:45 mark. Something to keep an eye on now will be the foul trouble as Lucius knocks it down. Now you see that Tharp, who checked in, he has two himself. Withy with a pair.
You know, Brent, I asked Fred Hoiberg yesterday why Corey Lucius has played so well in the last month, and he said when he first became eligible, he was trying to show everybody that Michigan State made a mistake. Now he's just playing basketball.
Ellis knocks it down. Very fine freshman Perry Ellis. You're going to see a lot of him over in Lawrence and on the road in the Big 12. He'll become a leader of this team in the years ahead. Oh, mercy. Oh, mercy. Oh, let's go alley-oop and have it go into hoop. Even Lucius is smiling. Oh, look what I found. Oh, here comes McLemore. Pick and roll gets in. The screen, the crowd wanted a foul on Withy. Still upset. Other end, Relaford makes the steal. Coming back now is Tharp. McLemore on the attack. Loose ball, scramble. Cyclones get a timeout. Timeout is called as they go for the loose ball, and Hoiberg not happy with the officiating. Pulls the team out away from the sideline right now.
Watch this, Brent. It's like, no, don't throw that pass. Oh, great shot.
How much better would you look with dramatically whiter teeth? Dentists use professional gels that dramatically whiten teeth, but it can cost hundreds of dollars for professional gel. Until now. For a limited time, you can order White Brilliance Pro Gel with clinical strength whitening technology direct from National Dental Supply without visiting the dentist. In an independent study by Good Housekeeping magazine, the leading whitening strips and gels were tested against the original White Brilliance Professional Gel, and it was rated whitest and brightest and awarded best results overall. And this new Pro Gel is even more effective, with a 40% boost in power.
Call now for your free sample of ProGel. You'll never be charged for it, and you don't have to return it. The only reason we can give free samples is because we know that once you see your dramatic whitening results, you'll want to order more.
Call 1-800-974-8804, 974-8804.
Attention parents and grandparents of young children. Have you received this special notice from Gerber Life? If not, you're urged to call this toll-free number now because Gerber Life is accepting applications for their affordable grow-up plan. It's easy to help your child get off to a good financial start for just pennies a day. Free information will be sent to parents and grandparents who call now. Or you can apply right now over the phone if you'd like. The Grow Up Plan gives your child $10,000 in whole life insurance protection now, then doubles automatically to $20,000 later at no extra cost. Later on, your child can buy more, up to $100,000 in total protection, regardless of their health or job, 10 times the original amount. The Grow Up Plan also builds cash value over time that you can borrow from later. Help give your child a head start for just pennies a day. Don't wait. Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-672-0539. Help give your child the financial head start they deserve. Call now for your free information.
Watching Big Monday presented by Bud Light and the Big 12 Conference. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in our action. ESPN College Basketball available live anytime, anywhere on your computer, tablet, or smartphone at WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. One of the toughest calls in all of basketball is charge or block. And it did not appear that the man under any circumstance got there in time as Withy picks up a very tough third foul here, Fran.
Well, it's always easy when we have replay, Brent, but we kind of felt he didn't get there, and it certainly looked like Jeff Withy is going to be saddled with that third foul.
So 3 veteran Jayhawks, and the Jayhawks have gone young, Fran.
3 freshmen out there right now for Bill Self.
Here's Niang spinning, blocked and out of bounds, but Traylor with a fine block. Schooled that freshman.
Well, this is a good opportunity for Niang to get that ball inside as long as Withy's out.
They trailed by 2, 14-56, Big 12. Kansas needs a win to stay deadlocked with Kansas State for the lead in the conference. Babb steps out, 3, yes, Cyclones lead it 56-55.
Chris Babb has been red hot the last month of the season. Always gives you great D, really providing a lift from deep.
That is 10 successful 3-point field goals. 10 tonight for the Cyclones. And this foul goes against Iowa State. So for the 9th time in their last 10 games, 10+ free throws, they lead the NCAA and made 3-pointers, not free throws. Let me correct myself. That's in 3-pointers, of course.
And it's part of the reason I think Fred Hoiberg was such a great shooter. He's brought that 3-point philosophy to his offense here at Iowa State.
Ellis makes it in. As far as Iowa State is concerned now, Edgem with 3 will have to take a seat. So we've got 3 fouls.
You mentioned those coaches that Fred Hoiberg was influenced by. How about this? Larry Brown, Larry Bird, Flip Saunders, Kevin McHale, Tim Floyd, Johnny Orr. Pretty good.
Indeed. Tim Floyd, of course, had coached here at Iowa State also. And by the way, as we watch the freshman here first spin inside, blocked out of bounds, and that's a foul on Traylor. He'll come to the free throw line. The freshman. Birthday greetings not only to Tim Floyd, who's celebrating a birthday here today, but Billy Packer, our old colleague. Fran, we want to send along best wishes to the 2 of them. Billy's 73 years young, and Tim Floyd 59. Tim, of course, now coaching again down in Texas.
Yep. Of course, I read Mark Packer's tweet today as he wished his dad a happy birthday. Mark has that radio show in Sirius.
Love to listen to that as we drive across the state of Montana, my friend.
You can't get that AM station out of Bozeman?
Yeah, it's a little tough sometimes in the mountains. There we come now. 57-58. The Jayhawks trail it by a point. They're favored by about that, too. Even though Iowa State's won 22 straight, and that shows you how tough the Jayhawks can be. Rutherford knocks down the long ball, and they lead at 60-58.
Well, he's a senior, Brent. Without Withy on the floor right now, he does not mind taking over.
Here's McGee off the bench.
Rutherford got caught watching the drive, and you can't leave McGee.
Just what we expected, folks. Crowd up here at the Hilton Coliseum. 1-point lead. Cyclones so tough to deal with at home. And Kansas wants a timeout. So we have talked about the win streak. And Fran, I know you'll know the answer to this. There are the longest win streaks. You know, it's tough to deal with at South Dakota State at home, my friend.
Oh, the Jackrabbits are tough. Yeah, absolutely, the Jacks. Scott, yeah.
It's indeed. Marquette second, and there's Iowa State looking for 23. I know you know the answer to this, so I'm going to ask you.
Go ahead.
Last road team to win a game here in Ames is.
You are stumping me.
Come on.
You're stumping me.
All right, here we go. I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay.
No longer in this conference.
Missouri.
Attaboy.
There you go.
You got it.
Yep.
Early last year.
That was a good Missouri team that came in here.
They were.
Yep. By the way, South Dakota State, Nate Walters, a terrific player. He'll be in the NBA. 6'4" guard. Yep.
Yes.
6'4" guard. I think he had 53 in a game this year.
There's a great crowd in here, Frank.
Yeah,
We've been hearing so much about it. It's been fun to be here and talk to the fans. And You know, all across America, one of the beauties of college basketball is when you come to these small towns and how they support their basketball teams. It's part of Americana, and it's what makes the tournament so great. Rutherford now with that 3 ball for the Jayhawks. Niang with the rebound. Here's Lucius. McGee spins it over to the corner, attacking Niang. Well, he's an aggressive, fine-looking freshman, but couldn't finish that time. And the Jayhawks looking for the lead. He traveled. Iowa State basketball.
Now, as much as Iowa State loves the 3, I would go inside the Niang right now. He knows how to get himself fouled. And I mentioned earlier, playing against Nerlens Noel every day, he knows how to score over bigger guys.
Fran, where is Niang from?
He's from Methuen, Massachusetts, and he's a late bloomer, Brent. He really developed in high school. Look at this.
Oh, wow, Mickey score it again. He knocks down another 3 ball. That's 4 threes. He's 4 of 5 from 3-point range and 14 points for the Cyclones. Ellis, the freshman, comes back the other way. Got it back. And we've got a foul that's going to go against Iowa State.
Well, Tyrus McGee, we mentioned small-town guy, Stringtown, Oklahoma, JUCO transfer. If you haven't followed Iowa State this year, you probably don't know much about him, but this is a given on every night, his ability to knock down threes from behind the arc. This is not a one-time occurrence. It's a regular affair.
Ball out of bounds on the foul call. And it goes over. Turn it over on the inbounds pass. 13 turnovers on the Jayhawks here tonight. Johnson and Withy and Young, all 3 of the Jayhawks play with 3 fouls, are on the floor now for Coach Self.
Look at this score, Brent, 64-60, and we got 12 minutes to go. Both teams efficient.
Clyburn's cut off. Here's the hot hand. Rutherford tightens up. Clyburn off the drive, gives it back now. Booker steps out, brings Withy with him. 5 on the shot. They've got to hurry. Lucius goes on Withy. 2. Left hand, no. Edgem tried to get back into it, and there was a shot clock violation. So we've got a stoppage. 11:48. Cyclones up by 4. Good one in Ames.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
Hey, it's Andrew Bynum, 2-time NBA champion, and I challenge you to check out Celebrity Sweat.
Celebrity Sweat, the hottest new celebrity fitness program, showcasing the best behind-the-scenes workouts of top pro athletes and celebrities.
Yo, check it out. Come inside the gym with me, and I'm going to show you what I think is some of the hottest workouts to get your arms ripped like this, the abs pressed like that, and your endurance up to where you might even be able to hang with me on the court, all right?
Using music and sports to motivate and inspire.
Working out is a huge priority for me. Check out my Celebrity Sweat today.
See how your favorite stars train and jumpstart your workouts.
Celebrity Sweat is hot. Check it out and sweat it up.
This is Celebrity Sweat. Sweat it up and check it out at csweat.com.
Go to csweat.com and get workout tips and hardcore training techniques from the pros. And grab your all-access VIP membership today.
You don't want to miss this. Celebrity Sweat is hot. Now let's sweat it up.
Become a Celebrity Sweat member and get free stuff, discounts, and more. Text CSweat1 to 20300 now.
Listen up, America!
Listen up, America. I'm talking to anyone with or without a pre-existing medical condition. The recent health care bill will not take effect until at least 2014, leaving families and individuals lacking health insurance with no immediate solution to their concerns. Meanwhile, medical problems continue to be the #1 cause of bankruptcies. But here's the good news. A health insurance hotline has been established to provide affordable health insurance for all uninsured Americans. And yes, uninsured Americans with pre-existing conditions. Call the number on your screen now, and in less than 10 minutes, you could have a choice of affordable health plans from the Hotline Network. This is not a discount card. You will have access to doctors, hospitals, dental care, infant care, and emergency services. Call the health insurance hotline now and get you and your family covered today.
Call 800-235-6510. That's 800-235-6510.
Attention parents and grandparents of young children. Gerber Life is accepting applications for their affordable grow-up plan. The grow-up plan gives your child $10,000 in whole life insurance protection now, then doubles automatically to $20,000 later at no extra cost. Free information will be sent to parents and grandparents who call now. Help give your child a head start for just pennies a day. Don't wait. Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-672-0539. Call now.
Watching Big Monday, presented by Bud Light and the Big 12 Conference. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in our action. Hilton Coliseum on the Iowa State campus. The students have been lined up all day outside, and it is now packed to the rafters and rocking. The Cyclones have won 22 straight at home, but they badly want number 23. The Kansas Jayhawks are in town. It's game time in the Big 12 on Big Monday. That is for sure. No vacancy here, folks. Not an empty seat in the house. First Big Monday in Ames, Iowa since 2006. And the football coach up there in the rafters enjoying this one. Bill Self trying to win his 500th game as a college coach, and he's got his hands full here tonight.
Bill Self is 7-2 in this building.
And one of the twos came last year.
That's exactly right. Royce White was terrorizing the Jayhawks and the rest of the Big 12.
I am very impressed with Nihang, the way he plays. Niang, he's so intelligent, frankly. As I watch him, he's more like a sophomore or a junior, the way he plays the game.
Well, you hate to use the term old school, but if you talk about Boston, the Tommy Heinsohns, the Don Nelsons.
Yes, that is old school, my friend.
That is old school. But he's got that below-the-rim, crafty game.
That's true.
I was going to throw Jumbo Jim in there, too.
Well, how about Larry Bird? Nobody played crafty ball any better than Larry. All right, 72-68 now. Cyclones lead this one. And I'm telling you, Ellis is playing a good game here tonight. You can just see the maturity in Perry Ellis, the freshman from Wichita.
Well, he's got the green light, and Bill Self wanted him early in the year to be aggressive. Every time we see him, he attacks the basket.
What a great pass by Niang to McGee. What a pass that was.
Set up out of the timeout. NBA style.
No question. Johnson penetrates, fades, and he's on the free throw line. Drew the foul. Nice power move there by Elijah, and then fading for the baseline.
Take a look at this little back cut all set up out of the timeout. Look at the finish on the other side of the rim. Talk about Larry Bird in passing, huh?
Absolutely. You know, I know Hoiberg's nickname here is the mayor. He loves being in this town. His family loves it. But I'm here to tell you, some NBA teams are going to come knocking on his door. This is a wonderful coaching job that we're watching here over the years, and so calm and poised. Folks, he was one of the best spot-up shooters I ever watched. It was catch and shoot with him. And he was remarkable, and that's why he had that long career.
Well, you know what you tell people, Brent, when you've been in the NBA for 10 years and worked for the guys that he played for, 100 games a year, 200 possessions a game. He's seen a lot of basketball. By the way, he was a first-team academic All-American.
And a heck of a football player.
That's right.
Tom Osborne thought he had him coming to Nebraska. Stanford took a crack at him. Babb off the dribble, going to attack with the left hand. He's on the free throw line.
This is what makes Iowa State so tough. You have to play the three-point line, but then it opens up that dribble drive opportunity for these guys. Babb attacked the rim with that muscular frame.
Just the way Hoiberg has changed things up calmly over there on the sideline, watching where he's got an advantage, then the disadvantage. moving and doing things against Withy. It's been fun to watch here, and this building is as good as you told me it was.
Oh, it's one of my favorite places to come in the country. I always say nice is in the DNA of the people of Ames.
No question. Knocking it down. It's a 4-point Cyclone advantage, and now here come the Jayhawks. Withy is up. He'll be checking back in soon. Johnson on the dribble. Young gets it inside now. Ellis on a turnaround, a little bit short. One and done. Didn't quite get Withy in soon enough.
Now the question is for Iowa State, who do you exploit? But they're certainly going to spread it.
Lucius fires three ball. Yes! Young man who went to a Final Four with the Spartans of Michigan State knocks down a killer three. It's a 7-point advantage. Well, ESPN's Journey to the Tourney season-long spotlight on games that will impact the tournament. And folks, here's one Saturday night. Fran, I know you and I are going to keep an eye on this one because it's the rematch. And the Canes are coming off a tough loss at Wake Forest. They go back to Duke, back to Cameron. The Canes fell to number 5, and Duke moves up to 3. So much at stake in that game when we talk about 1 and 2 seeds. Here's what Joe Lunardi sees right now. Indiana, Duke, Gonzaga, and Florida the ones. But right there lurking. And the top-ranked number 2 is Miami. So that's just a huge game Saturday.
You know, I don't care about the seeds. I care about how Mike Krzyzewski's going to get that team ready after the beating they got in Miami.
Johnson dumps it now to Young. Rutherford's three ball. No, Withy couldn't get it. Niang had position, and he kept Withy away. Crowd they wanted Withy out.
Withy was smart. He made a passing try at that rebound, but not aggressive.
And Niang's going to drive on him and kick over to the corner now. Three ball, no. Into Withy's hands, trailing by 7. Needs something to happen here, and Johnson takes it in for a driving layup.
Oh, what a sweet move by Johnson. He went behind his back. I think it was McGee that tried to steal it.
They need to get McLemore going. He's only 2 of 6 here tonight. Hit all 3 of his free throws. A 7-point game. Remember, he lit him up with 33 in Lawrence. Niang off the front of the iron. And Johnson's going to come again on him. Hit Withy. And Withy finishes. Now it's back to 3 and a timeout by Hoiberg. Quickly a timeout he calls.
Now, when you live by the 3, you can die by it. That time they come up empty, the Cyclones. Long rebounds allowed Kansas to get out and run and get a couple easy baskets.
So Iowa State twice here tonight, Fran, has been able to build a 7-point lead. First time the Jayhawks came back and got the lead at the halftime. And now they've moved back to within 3. As we take a look at Kansas Big 12 tournament history, only in March. And it's brought to you by Bud Light, and it is a remarkable history. All-time 30-7, 8-1 in the championship games. They've won 5 of the last 7 Big 12 championships. 8 straight regular season titles in here, and they got their hands full with the Wildcats of Kansas State, who right now at the moment are a half game ahead of them as they beat Texas Tech here earlier tonight. And so the Jayhawks on defense right now. Iowa State with the ball and the 3-point lead. We move inside of 4. McGee guns a 3 after the timeout and knocks it down. What a shooter. 6 3-balls here tonight. He has 22 points for the game.
I don't think he's hit the rim. I'm not surprised. I've seen this.
Young puts it on the deck. And a foul is going to be called against the Cyclones as Edgem has fouled out. So he is the first of our players to foul out. So 16 threes tonight, and that is the season high for the Cyclones, and 6 of them by McGee. What a shooter.
Hey, it's me, Progressive Insurance. You know, from our 4,000 television commercials. Yep, there I am with Flo. Watch it. Anywho, 3 million people switched to me last year, saving an average of $475. Oh, it feels good to help people save. With great discounts like Safe Driver, Multi-Car, and Multi-Policy. So call me today. You'll be glad you did. Cannon Box!
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? The IRS is relentless and will collect from you. They can garnish your wages, levy your bank account, even seize your assets. You have rights. If you owe the IRS at least $10,000 in back taxes, we can help. Don't wait. We will contact the IRS on your behalf, make arrangements, reduce the amount you owe if you qualify, and we can help stop collection calls. Our qualified CPAs and tax attorneys know the law and know how to get your situation under control. Stop paying penalties and stop the stress. We know how to take care of the situation and get you a good night's rest. Don't wait until it's too late. Not addressing the issue can bring on forceful IRS collection. We are here to help. We have saved our clients lots of money. The IRS won't quit. Get help. We will contact the IRS on your behalf, make arrangements, reduce the amount you owe if you qualify, and we can help stop collection calls. The consultation is free. Call Fix Your Tax now.
If you're disabled and unable to work, pay attention to the following message.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be entitled to disability benefits through Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right if you suffer from a physical or mental disability. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, deal with Social Security for you, and handle all appeals. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. To get started, call the number on your screen now. And keep in mind, there are a vast number of conditions that make you eligible for disability benefits and dozens of additions that you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
Call 1-800-501-6860. Call now.
Young is on the free throw line for Kansas. Kevin Young with a dozen points. I'd edge him fouled out, and Cyclones are going to miss him on the glass. He's their leading rebounder tonight. 7 rebounds, had 2 putbacks early in this game. That's the only 2 field goals, but they will miss his muscle on the glass here for the last 3.5 minutes.
It's going to be interesting because this is a small Iowa State team. Withy will have an advantage inside. Iowa State will double team him, and someone will get an open jump shot.
The lead is 5, and McLemore in the first game with 33 against Iowa State. Only 7 points here tonight. McGee coming again. Not this time. Clyburn, and no foul is called. Kansas basketball down by 5.
Freddie Hoiberg riding the hot hand of McGee.
Johnson wants Withy. Back to Tharp. Elijah Johnson's been outstanding. And 1. Beautiful drive by Elijah.
Well, this is all set up because that Iowa State defense must collapse on Withy. And once that ball was kicked out, they spread the floor, gave Elijah Johnson room to drive. There's the ball movement. There's the drive. Little bump from behind.
A 19-point game for Elijah Johnson, who is so much more comfortable when he's the 2 guard as he has been most of this game, with Tharp operating the point. Inside of 3 minutes now. Iowa State's lead 2. Niang puts it down on Withy. Withy fades with the hook, no, and Withy tracks down the rebound. Johnson again was cut off, turns it over.
Even when Jeff Withey's not blocking shots, he's certainly a presence inside as Niang tries to get that 5th foul.
Lucius has McLemore out. Pull up off the screen, and he's on the free throw line. So here comes Lucius to the free throw line, shooting a pair.
Corey Lucius has so much room to drive because all 5 Cyclones are spread out on the perimeter.
Coming in, a reminder now, Super Tuesday, 1st to 7 Eastern. Number 1 Indiana takes on Minnesota. 9 Eastern. It'll be number 8 Florida visiting Tennessee. SEC following the Big Ten matchup. That's tomorrow night here on ESPN. Now Lucius for the second free throw. Knocks them both down.
Boy, he's been really solid in Big 12 play. Corey Lucius, what an addition.
Crowd on its feet. Looking for Withey over the top. Johnson drives left side, not this time. Iowa State basketball at the 2-minute mark, up by 4.
Now, if you're Iowa State, you can be judicious. You don't have to take the first quick one. They've been getting good looks despite the shot clock.
Lucius off the dribble, comes free, drives, pull up on Withey. Missed that time, battle for the loose ball. The Jayhawks go to the floor. McLemore had it. Off Withey, tracked down over there by Tharp. Inside of 130 now. Back to Relaford, puts it on the deck, drives in, no. Battle for the rebound, scramble, and a foul is going to be called. It's against Bath. It's against Iowa State.
That started out. Jeff Withey was fortunate enough not to pick up the 5th. And then the scramble. Watch the little push by Withey over the top. They should be shooting this.
Yeah, they're over the limit, aren't they? 8 fouls apiece I see over here. Relaford will come up to the free throw line. Huge front end.
What a career this guy's had, Brent. 5 years, he redshirted, he waited his turn, sat behind some terrific players, but he has been rock solid as a 5th-year senior.
Trying to cut it to 2. Young will check back in at the next opportunity for the Jayhawks. He comes in, and they'll take the smaller Tharp out. Bill Self will go offense, defense now. You put a little more size on the floor with Young. Johnson will pick up Lucius. 84-82, coming down toward the 1-minute mark. Remember, they played an overtime game in Lawrence earlier this year.
Relaford's not going to let McGee out of his sight. Right over here in this corner.
They're letting that shot clock wind down on them. They're running out of time. They've got it back to 5. Niang steps out. Yes! What a huge three by the freshman. 87-82. Johnson quickly the attack. Relaford fires a 3 off iron battle rebound. Goes out of bounds. They look at each other to make the call. Going to be Jayhawk basketball down in front of Coach Self. So a school record 17 threes now as George Niang, the freshman from Massachusetts. Listen to the crowd now.
This started, Brent, from the very beginning of the game. We talked about how Fred Hoiberg's strategy was stretch the floor with his bigs, bring Jeff Withey away from the basket, the precocious freshman who struggled at times with his shooting tonight, but he doesn't struggle with his confidence.
There you see our situation. The Wildcats having won already tonight. Jayhawks need this to stay tied. Oklahoma State snapping at everybody's heels, and Iowa State with a win would move to 10-5 here tonight. Great battle in the Big 12.
Yeah, now, if you're Bill Self, Brent, you're going to try to stretch this game out as long as possible. You need a 2 and a 3. You don't need them in any particular order. Once they score, they're going to press, try to steal it, and foul right away because of the shot clock.
I'll make a prediction. Big Monday will be back in Ames next year.
Without a question. They have a terrific guard coming in by the name of Matt Thomas, who is a clone of Freddie Hoiberg.
Inbounds pass to Rutherford. They must hurry offensively.
Okay, there's their chop play.
And a big 3 from Elijah Johnson makes it a 2-point game.
They're going to steal and foul it. They got to foul soon.
And they'll put Lucius on the free throw line. Young raises his hands. He wanted to keep it away from Withey. But I believe that Young may have been able to convince him it was him. Is what I think happened. Withey was running back over, and Self said, get back on the floor, get back on the floor. Young raised his hand immediately.
That's good teamwork right there.
It was excellent teamwork. Yep. Now, we've talked about the threes. There's the foul in.
Boy, I thought it wasn't it Withey?
There's no question who it was on. There's no question. But anyway, the other story besides the threes is the fact that Iowa State here is 22 of 24 from the free throw line. And now they are 23 of 25.
It's a good story. Corey Lucius got sideways with Tom Izzo and found a home here in Ames. Last year it was Chris Allen. This year, Corey Lucius.
I'll tell you, Kevin Young just did one of those little things. Get your hand up, get the foul, and keep the big man on the floor. I mean, Jeff Withey thinks, look what I found. I'm in the NBA tonight. I got the 6 foul rule. Here's Lucius on the line. Knocks them both down. It's a 4-point Cyclone lead, and here they come.
Again, don't need the 3.
Tharp sealed up. Johnson. Yes. Wow. Knocks the 3 down. Makes it a 1-point game with 12 seconds to go.
No timeouts.
And Lucius is coming back up to the free throw line. Tharp fouled him.
To me, this is a variation, Brent, of the chop play that they've run to so much success. The dribble handoff, the ball screen, easy jump shot. Now this one took a little bit longer to finish, but look how deep Elijah Johnson shoots that ball from.
So they've won 22 straight games in this building. They've made 22 consecutive free throws, and they finally miss a free throw. Will they hang on and win their 23rd straight game, or will the Jayhawks come down and win it here at the end? Remember, McLemore banked in a 3 to send that game to overtime in Lawrence.
Fred Hoiberg's got 2 timeouts. I don't know if he'll use them.
90-88, 11 seconds to go. Johnson's going to drive. Johnson's going to drive. Loose ball, battle for it, on the floor, back to Tharp, rattled out.
Now,
but there's a whistle. Niang is on the floor. And a foul, I believe, has been called. Niang is down.
Now here's the problem with this play. On Johnson's drive, there was an awful lot of contact. This is either a block or a charge. Take a look. That has to be called. That has to be called in that situation. Don't tell me that the players decide the game. He decided it by stepping in.
Johnson pulls the Jayhawks to within 1 point and a timeout with 4.9 seconds remaining. Let's go back to take a look at this play that Fran talked about, because it looked like Niang may have had position. You be the judge. Number 31 as he moves in here on Johnson. Now take a look.
Well, here's my point, Brent. See, I think he's solid, and I think that's a charge. But more importantly, the official must blow his whistle and call it either a block or a charge. There's no excuse for letting that much contact go on a play like that.
I thought he was set. Earlier tonight, I didn't think so.
Yep.
When they call the foul on the Jayhawks. If you go back to Lawrence, January 9th, when the Big 12 action opened up, and at the regulation, down 3, McLemore off the glass, tied it. And then Oklahoma State, Marcus Smart. Oklahoma State wins, and then there was also Texas pulling one out with a remarkable 3.
Now, Brent, here's what you're thinking if you're Fred Hoiberg. If they tie it here with the second free throw, if you get the ball in bounds with 4.9, your ball handler has at least 5 dribbles before he has to shoot it. If they get it in cleanly, Corey Lucius can go end to end and make a play.
Elijah Johnson with a career night. He's tied his high with 26 here tonight. He's shooting for the career inside of 5 seconds to deadlock this game. And he does just that. 27 points. Traylor will check in and Withey will sit down.
Now that gives Bill Self a timeout right here. Let's see if Lucius can get it on the run. 5 dribbles.
Brings it to the attack, fires the deep ball. We'll go again to overtime between Iowa State and Kansas.
That play at the end of regulation bothers me because you must blow the whistle from the first seconds of the game until the last seconds of the game.
So, Fran, let me go back to something that happened when Young held up his hand and it was Withey who committed the foul. Could the officials have gone over to the table if Fred Hoiberg and the Iowa State coaches had said, you got to take a look, you got the wrong man with the foul?
No, calling a foul is a judgment call, so it's not reviewable according to the rules. Scoring, timing issues, flagrant foul, late game scoring situations, but not a foul because that's a judgment call. My problem is that there was a play at that end that decided this game, whether it was a block or a charge, and it did look like a charge, that they just didn't blow the whistle, and you cannot do that.
So then when the young man was on the floor, they called it when they were tangled up there by the baseline. They finally blew the whistle.
Exactly.
Let me take a look at this again. And Niang is still complaining about this.
See, there's
the reach, and this foul went to Young. Now take a look here at Niang.
See, that's textbook to me. And even if you think it's not a charge, it's a block, but you got to call one or the other.
And then the end of the game, of course, Lucius fired up a tough 3. So as we go into overtime, keep in mind that Kevin Young and Jeff Withey, 4 fouls apiece. Edgem has fouled out for Iowa State. And Holly, what did Coach Hoiberg have to say?
Well, he told his guys that all 5 guys have to rebound. Remember, their best rebounder, Big 12's best rebounder, Melvin Edgem, is out, fouled out. He said, we got to keep being aggressive, guys. We are not going to let them steal it. Not this time. This is our house.
Withy controls the tap. The Jayhawks with the first possession of overtime. McLemore. And here's Relaford.
Well, they tried to get McLemore going, couldn't do it.
Johnson spinning move, career night, puts the Jayhawks ahead. 29 points for Elijah Johnson here tonight.
Johnson and Relaford, the two seniors, have carried this Jayhawk team on the road.
Niang kicks back outside and then a drive-by. Clyburn for the field goal. We're tied at 92. 92-92.
You can tell Withy was cautious on that drive, Brent. He's living on borrowed time.
He's living on bonus time.
Yeah, exactly.
Here comes. Here's Relaford. Withy wants it. Niang trying to hold him out. Withy's going to back him down and kick back outside. Johnson driving again for his 31-point night. Elijah Johnson, a career game here in Ames.
That's the young man people thought would transfer when he was a sophomore, not playing much. Stuck it out.
Niang back, not this time. Kevin Young rebounds. And now the Jayhawks can go up by a couple of field goals. Relaford. Here's Johnson again, getting away from Lucius, and this he's doubled, and they get back to an open Relaford, and he knocks the three down. It's a 5-point advantage here. 97-92 overtime. Jayhawks.
Clutch play by the seniors. Been there before.
Now desperate for a field goal. Not this time, and into Withy's hands. The Jayhawks in control. Bill Self closing in on victory number 500.
Well, they'll spread it out here and go pick and roll and take what the defense gives them now.
Johnson jumps it back out to Relaford. Withy steps out high, and they knock some time off that clock. Elijah, are you kidding me? 34 points for Elijah Johnson. His greatest game as a Jayhawk. It's 100-92.
Well, this is a guy that played very little, Brent, his first 2 years. People expected him to transfer, and he said, I'm a Jayhawk for life. Helped him get to the Final Four, and now as a senior, through the struggles, has started to play the best basketball of his career. He is on fire.
And Holly, Coach Self has not always been happy about Elijah's play this year either.
Well, he went through a difficult stretch when Kansas was in that 3-game losing streak. In fact, after one game, Coach Self said in the media, we don't have a point guard right now. I've been to practices where he was hard on Elijah, but Elijah told me, I've just kept my head up through all of this. Guys, he had been shooting poorly in Big 12 play. He had more turnovers than assists in Big 12 play, but somehow tonight he's finding his own magic here in Hilton Coliseum.
He is a wonderful two-guard. And when Tyshawn Taylor moved on to the NBA, they asked him to move over to the point, and he tried very hard to involve everybody. But you can see tonight what his great strength is, and that's as a scorer.
Absolutely, Brent. And he came in the last 3 games, 12 of 24. He's picking up where he left off. By the way, as a two-guard, 7 assists tonight.
Unbelievable. What a performance by Elijah Johnson. 100 points for the Jayhawks. "17 3 balls for the Cyclones tonight, but what they need now is number 18 and 19. They need the long ball. The crowd about as quiet as they've been here tonight.
Now, if you're Iowa State, you must speed this game up. They obviously have the capability of shooting that ball. But Kansas has a very athletic group on the floor right now with Withey as the centerpiece defensively.
So Lucius brings it up. Niang steps out. And here comes McGee. And he is off iron, but Clyburn got the rebound back, going to put it on the deck. Going to come on Young. Driving inside. And a foul is going to be called. And now Jeff Withey has it. Let me check this. Kevin Young.
If Young got him first on the drive and then Withey cleaned it up.
It's those two back and forth.
Yeah.
Who's going to get the foul?
Now, there'll be a lot of consternation after this game among the Cyclone fans, coaching staff, when they realize what's happened with Withey, as you mentioned.
The Big 12 office. We'll take a look at this.
I just always have a pride. You know, these guys have tried hard, done a good job, but I've been in this situation as a coach. You blow the whistle from start to finish. That nonsense about letting players decide the game is. Guy steps in to take a charge, and he's made a good defensive play.
So Kevin Young has fouled out. And Clyburn with the clock stopped. Comes up to that free throw line, and this is an opportunity for Iowa State now to edge a little bit closer here and then look for the defensive stop.
You think Bruce Weber and the Kansas State Wildcats are at old Chicago tonight eating a little pizza, maybe watching this ball game, huh?
Now checking in is Paolo for Kansas State. They trail it by 7. 1 of 2. Full court press coming up. 146. Withey is fouled. Traveling is the call. Ball goes back. Golden opportunity here for the Cyclones.
Now, if you score, you can set that pressure up again. If you score a 3, you may not have to foul and just make this a possession game.
Clyburn will bring it across. Foul is called. Back on the free throw line. He was 1 of 2, remember, last time. Get this down to a 2-possession game here.
I think if he makes these 2, Brent, and they set up that pressure, they don't necessarily have to foul. That shot clock is gonna be 4 or 5 more possessions.
Puts him to within 6. Now it's a 5-point game. Paolo comes back.
It's like they're trying to get Corey Lucius off the floor.
Rutherford looking for an open man. And timeout was called. Johnson had broken wide open at the other end of the floor.
Or was that 5?
He did not get it off in time, right?
Well, it looked like a long count. Sometimes it's usually a quick count, so the officials may have done a good job there, but
can't believe that he's given it back to him. That's back-to-back turnovers, traveling, and a 5-second violation. Clyburn puts it down, drives inside, and Withey's out. He's back on the free throw line, and he can make this a 1-possession game. Back-to-back turnovers by the Cyclones here.
Well, they not only got Young and Withey out, but Kansas has been sloppy getting that ball in.
Yeah, Cyclones trying to take advantage of the Jayhawks turnovers. The Jayhawks have turned it over. Traveling, the 5-second violation. They can make this a one-possession game. This is a very gutty comeback here by the Cyclones.
It certainly has been. And in fact, it's been a great game both ways. Kansas has done a great job to extend the lead. Right now, Brent, you're looking at 92 seconds to go. So that means if you cut this to a one-possession game, you do not need to foul.
It's been an emotional roller coaster here tonight in Ames. You know, Jeff Withey fouled out of this game without one block in this game. That's only the second time this season. Did not have a single block here tonight against Iowa State. Clyburn makes it a 4 now, looking to make it a 3.
Tell you what, if I'm Iowa State, I keep that pressure on. Kansas has not solved it.
Could not make it a one-possession game. And Elijah Johnson winds the clock down a little bit. A 34-point night for number 15.
Chris Babb, a good defender.
Babb staying on him. 110, not fouling, just as you said, Fran, to play some tough defense. Elijah on the drive, throws it up. Battle got it back. Fresh shot clock. No, one did not hit the rim. Fires in. Oh, no. 37 points, Elijah. The shot clock did not recycle on that. There was 1 second left. Clyburn at the other end misses. And now with 45 seconds left and 103.96, Iowa State forced to foul.
There's so many great moments in the history of Kansas basketball. And you know what? This performance, take a look now. That ball does not hit the rim. And look at Elijah Johnson calling for the ball. And Jayhawk fans are going to remember this night. Watch the real time now. The hustle play to kick out. You know what, Brent? He not only got the rebound, he made the shot.
Absolutely. Took it out. This is the high-scoring performance of the season in the Big 12. Elijah Johnson is 12 of 21 overall. He has knocked down 6 3 balls. He's hit all 7 of his free throws here tonight. Pulled down 5 rebounds. Dished out 7 assists. And, oh, the little boy, one of the twins, is that unhappy up there with mom, the Hoiberg family. And
now, these are great fans, aren't they, Brent?
You see the anguish.
Yep. You know, when the Jayhawks come to town, no matter where they go in the Big 12, they get everybody's best shot.
Elijah Johnson's performance is just incredible. He had 9 points at the half. He's put up 28 points in the second half and overtime.
The impressive play was the rebound to kick it out and then call for the ball to come back
and knock it down again. The State has to hurry. Down by 8. Clyburn has it knocked away, loose. Got it back over to a teammate. And now Lucius on the drive, left hand, not there. Ellis with a great job defensively. Loose ball picked up. McGee tried to get daylight. Babb will fire deep 3. And Ellis off the deck with a big rebound. He's fouled coming up. And Bill Self is 22 seconds away from victory number 500. And it would snap Iowa State's 22-game home winning streak as the fans start heading for the exits now.
You know, Brent, we saw a glimpse of what Kansas could be in that game we did against Kansas State when Nadir Tharp was so good. This backcourt now, they're not going to start Tharp and move Johnson to the 2, but it's been very effective with Tharp coming off the bench and taking that pressure off of Johnson.
105-96. And it swells to a 10-point Jayhawk advantage with 22 seconds to go. Babb will fire a deep 3. Not there, picked up underneath. 11 left in the game, and from the corner, the Jayhawks are going to head home with an overtime win. Their second overtime victory, and Elijah Johnson is going to have a 39-point game. A 39-point game.
You're watching ESPN's Bracket Builder Week.
Kansas State has been to 26 NCAA tournaments. They've been to 4 Final Fours. But there's one undeniable statistic. They have not won a conference basketball championship since 1977. They have a chance this year. Tonight, Texas Tech is in the way.